Over the next few weeks, my wife and I are gonna be making some long overdue techie upgrades to our house. We've lived here for 10 years, but we've never done much more than throw a wireless access point in and like a Nest thermostat. I'm talking the whole 9 yards. Network upgrade, security system upgrade, DIY air conditioning, in-ceiling speakers. The only problem is that in order to run all that stuff, I've actually got to clear out the makeshift floor that I put in my attic that I used to store the 10 years worth of tech and other assorted paraphernalia that I have piled up here. So let's go on a little archaeological expedition and see what we find. Oh, brought to you by Thermal Grizzly. Thermal Grizzly's Conductonaut liquid metal thermal interface material offers maximum cooling performance for your PC. We even used it in a phone once, not that we would recommend that. Check it out and keep things cool at the link in the video description. So most of that is like sentimental corner. This is all kind of like oversized, including a fair bit of like tech boxes and stuff. And then this is stuff that hasn't been organized at all. Let's start with sentimental. Box number 1. Oh man. This feels like it's gonna be a multi-part video. I hardly even know where to begin with this. Every item in this pile has a story. Here's my NCIX business card. Great technology, selection, and service, motherfucker. MSI made these back when they were doing a big military standard marketing push. It's fun for him and for her. Agent Ruby broke her sword. Should I get rid of duplicates?
Yes.
Okay, so in that case, I only need 1 each of the TrendNet soccer and footballs. Should there be a place for consumables that shouldn't be consumed anymore?
Do we need to keep those?
Yeah, they're cool. Our first run of Linus Tech Tips shirts as a company. That's pretty cool. These are a piece of my DIY Duke Nukem costume from that video that I made. Yeah. These were actually kind of nice gloves that I got the fingers off of, but I had 2 pairs of them, so I was like, I could only need 1 pair of leather gloves. Promptly lost the other pair. This is the NCIX nameplate of the original cameraman whose name was never actually revealed. These are the coolest case thumb screws that I've ever seen. They're from iBuyPower. This was a swag item at CES one year. Is that as bling-tastic as you ever did see or what? This is a great story. This was my first CES badge. Back then, YouTubers didn't qualify as press, so I was only able to get in because Corsair, who was our first ever sponsor as a company, just signed me up as one of their staff. So I was there as Corsair Components Linus Media Group exhibitor. One of the ultra-wide dream setup winners. Look how young Luke looks. More photos, this time Austin and Karen's wedding. This hat's awesome. This was a gift from LG. Apparently, it says Linus in Korean. Oh, this was the failed mainboard that Louis Rossmann actually had me attempt to repair the proper way after he saw me reflow a graphics card in a toaster oven. Held on to that as a little souvenir. We didn't actually manage to fix it, but hey, it's a cool little keepsake. Here's some of the special Linus edition black and blue to match the color scheme of my rig memory that OCZ cooked up for me. In true OCZ fashion, most of it died. Hey, it still works as a souvenir, right? Watch me, is this you?
No.
Should we watch it? Haven't had to hook up one of these in a while. What do you think's on here? Oh.
I have no idea.
This is way less cool than I thought it was gonna be.
What is that?
Whatever, this is just a stupid, cringy AMD promotional thing for the R9 295 X2, like a bad graphics card.
This is an extreme graphics card.
Cool swag, Crucial's memory hog. This is seemingly random, but it's actually the only remaining piece that I have of our FS700, which was the first major piece of equipment that we bought as a company. We never really acknowledged it publicly, but it was stolen a number of years ago. This was the one thing that they didn't have because we didn't have it on the camera because we never used it. This is my Disneyland pass from when I was like 6. Oh, my failed project, NX Fusion. This was my concept to turn NCIX into like a boutique PC building brand. I said we needed like a custom case in order to really get it off the ground. And they said, okay, great idea. let's do it, but without the custom case. And I kind of went, okay, well, we could make this case badge. How did I forget about this? We broke a Guinness World Record, or rather we set a new one, when we participated in the world's highest elevation LAN party. Good old HighLAnder. We made a video about it. We had Paul and Kyle and all in there and everything. It was a lot of fun, actually. We ready for round 2? No, I'm good. Oh, I'm good. Ah, yes. The last time I actually won Scrapyard Wars, season 5. You played hard and you're awesome. You know, when you give yourself an award, that's cool. Oh, wow. My old DS Lite is in here. There's a problem with the shoulder button because I played a lot of that Mario Kart. Anybody remember Funk mouse pads? They were like local, and this was a custom one. Obviously, they couldn't actually make a Playboy mouse pad because like copyright and all of that, but they did a custom one for one of my old friends at NCIX, and he gave it to me. And I used it until it was completely unusable and warped and like it's all sticky on the back and gross. Martial arts uniform. That's Mr. L. Sebastian to you, ladies and gentlemen. My Happy Bunny calendar. This was a gift from Yvonne early on in our relationship. And this is a classic. Go back to the earliest NCIX Tech Tips episodes. Hand airbrushed, stylish. You wouldn't understand. I used to unironically wear this hat like all the time. You can vouch for me, right?
Yeah, you did.
All right, down we come. Now a lot of this is more recent stuff, but some of it is the coolest stuff. This is sick. This is one of those cool clocks that someone sent me. Unfortunately, one of the tubes stopped working like shortly after I got it. Oh, you know who sent it to me was our subtitling group. This holds a lot of sentimental value. It's just the first piece of YouTuber swag that I was ever sent by YouTube as like, you know, acknowledgement of my existence. So I don't think they actually sent out that many of these, so it's got bird poo on it. There's those birds that went into our attic. They pooed on my YouTube bag. This isn't disappointing though. As a troll, someone printed up Luke Tech Tips mouse pads to go along with an April Fool's joke that we ran on the forum. I'm gonna hold on to that forever. I feel bad for not remembering who salvaged this for me, but this is awesome. What an appropriate sign, right? Closed, please use another counter. Actually, I think it was at LTX last year, and it might have been these guys. I think it was, it might have been Disappearing Ink. Don't quote me on that one though. Here's my bid card at the NCIX bankruptcy auction. I tell people at events, I'm like, oh no, I don't take swag. And yet I have all this swag, but this is cool swag. How could I not keep this? It's a Microsoft Windows ugly Christmas sweater. Like, come on. This is neat. This is a batch of letters that people sent me. Giuseppe probably wasn't expecting a reply 4.5 years later, but thank you for the letter, Giuseppe. I do not pretend that you reply me because I know seeing your videos that you're too busy. I just hope you read this letter. Sup, Giuseppe. This was a wonderful birthday present from my staff. This is a Model M keyboard that was manufactured in the year that I was born. The badge that I wore at the home show back when I was running that painting company. This is how I make all my content decisions now. Are people gonna like this video? Cannot foretell now. What's the point? Thanks, YouTube. Oh, fun. I've only been featured in print media a couple of times, but I have kept them all the times that I've remembered to get the thing. Hey, there you go. This guy. I picked the LG Gram for what I'm into back in whatever, 2017. Hey, there's some other familiar faces here. Look at this guy. This is the radiator from my old personal rig. It's got some special, you know, emotional value to me because I got it for next to nothing. It got dented in shipping and I told my boss, hey, like we can't sell this and they won't take it back because we would have to pay more than the worth of the item to ship it back to the UK. So like, you should just give it to me for like 10 bucks. And he did. Okay, it's not the most amazing story. But how about this one? This is the first water cooling radiator that I ever bought. And I continued to move it forward in my rigs until I finally did my rack mounted one, just because, hey, there was always a piece of my first ever water cooled PC. All right, fine, I'll find something cooler. These KEF speakers. Great speakers, great sound quality. Something about the finish on these makes them really sticky and disgusting. Before it was super easy to control all your fans and lighting and everything with one dongle, you had to use the M-Cubed T-Balancer. This thing sucked. It was a nightmare to configure, yeah. Paid like $150 for that. But this, I am never getting rid of. This was the first big ticket item that my now wife, then girlfriend, ever bought for me as a gift. She surprised me with a Silverstone TJ07, which was my dream case, and it's been through a lot of changes. It's actually been painted multiple times. Got my own glass side panel that was modded in after the fact. I had to use fan screws to cover up the second power supply mount because it got so eaten away by the process of stripping off the paint one of the times. These are, ooh. I was really into UV lighting, and you can see that they weren't very well designed back in the day. The plastics were not actually designed to tolerate UV light. Other notable inclusions, this was a custom created T-Virus themed reservoir. You could put a UV cathode down the middle of it so that it would illuminate the UV like double helix. Definitely some imperfections on it, but if I ever built in a tower again, my intention would be to use it again. And this video is brought to you by iFixit. Their Mahi Driver Kit includes a hefty 1/4-inch aluminum driver with a magnetic bit socket, a knurled handle for a no-slip textured grip, and a silky smooth swivel top, and included are 48 1/4-inch steel driver bits that are built to handle the toughest and torquiest fasteners in any home or shop project. Every bit is held in place with a laser cut foam case with a magnetized lid that doubles as a sorting tray, and you can visit ifixit.com/Linus to pick up their Mahi Driver Kit today. I pretty much guarantee it'll help you out with some kind of tech project. And that's it, the highlights of my 10-year career as a YouTuber. Look at how bad this Agent Ruby doll is. So brutal. She doesn't even deserve her sword.